Hello and welcome to Hold On, Overthinking It. We are talking about the Mandalorian and Grogu tonight. This is calf chat, we're calling it.
This is the way.
This is the way. I like it. I like it. Yeah, so this is calf chat. We're going to talk about Mandalorian and Grogu, so spoiler warning, in case that wasn't clear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers talking about how they're like a little disappointed with it, or it wasn't exactly what they wanted, and I just wanted to make this video because I want to celebrate this movie because it was so fun and it was so Star Wars. Like it was action packed with a little bit of, you know, levity thrown in there, a little bit of comedic relief every once in a while, and that's what I want in a Star Wars movie.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I thought it was great. It had it had like the action, it had some suspense, it had some drama, it had some lighthearted stuff into it. I felt like it was a pretty well balanced movie, which I think Star Wars in general, the general style is to have like a nice balanced movie with all those kind of concepts in it.
So, favorite character?
Oh, that's a tough one. When I was thinking about this, I kind of was leaning toward Rada, actually. Rada the Hutt. Because
my answer.
He had a much bigger role than I was expecting.
That's my answer. I was not expecting to like Rada the Hutt.
Yeah.
Hutt is my favorite character of the movie. How is that even possible? Well, like we were talking about how they really humanized him.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. And I felt for him, and I wasn't expecting to be like, oh, Rada, you know, like
They were pretty clever with the trailers and stuff coming out, because it was a definite redirect. Because in the trailers it showed him like, in the arena, like towering over.
What did Zeb say? It was Zeb's quote, "I like this kid," or whatever. And he wasn't talking about Grogu. He was talking about Rada. Yeah. And I was like, oh, brilliant. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I thought his story was really great too.
So is that your answer too, Rada the Hutt?
I think so.
Okay.
I know it was like, just the overall his story, and him talking about his dad, and how he doesn't have to follow in his dad's footsteps, and that he can change and be a good being in the universe.
He came from like such a broken place, but he went on to join the New Republic. Yeah. And Zeb was like, "Oh yeah, I've got something that'll fit you."
Right. I went in expecting to really like Zeb in the movie.
Yes. I was like watching all the trailers, of course.
I still did.
Watching all the trailers, I was like, I'm so excited to see Zeb. Like jumping around, fighting, and he's got his little one-liners, Steve Bloom. So
right.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So I think he would have probably made a good push to get that favorite character, but his role was like a little bit more reduced compared to Rada's role. Zeb mostly had like the one-liner kind of stuff.
And Sigourney Weaver, her role was not as big as I was expecting.
Yeah, I was expecting
like not that it was a bad role or anything, but yeah, I liked her in it and everything. I thought she would have a bigger role, but it worked. It worked how it was.
Right.
So favorite moment?
There were a lot of good moments in this. So one moment I really liked, it wasn't like a crazy part of the movie, but Rada and Grogu playing on the beach, like tumbling around and splashing each other and stuff. That
was really precious.
It just helped, again, show like Rada's, the more gentle kind of side, which you don't expect out of a Hutt. Nope.
No, you do not. No, like growing up, like we just knew Jabba the Hutt. Right. Right? Like, yeah, we, in Clone Wars, we see Rada as a little baby, but you're like, he's going to grow up to be Jabba the Hutt. Like, you're just like, ugh.
But it showed the two troopers kind of on the other side of the door on each side, and then Mando gets his flamethrower and blasts in the flames.
All over the place.
Love the flamethrower.
And like his like backwards like shot without looking.
No look shots. Yeah.
Yeah. Impressive.
Most impressive.
Yeah, we're awesome. Okay, so going from being surprised that Rada the Hutt was my favorite character, like the moment that stands out in my head is Hutt fight.
Oh yes, that was a sweet moment. That was not on my bingo card.
I was
two Hutts rolling around and
three. Well,
three.
All
I guess,
three of them rolling around on the floor, and I was like, "This is the most amazing thing I never knew I needed in my life."
I also did not know Hutts were that like mobile and agile. I was not expecting that either.
Right. I guess that's true.
Yeah.
And they showed, because Jabba always just kind of sat on his throne.
Right.
And they showed how they like use their arms to like pull themselves and stuff like that. That was interesting to see.
And even in like the special edition A New Hope with the added scene with Han and Jabba, they showed Jabba kind of slithering around or whatever.
Yeah,
but it was like really slow.
It was slow, and he wasn't like trying to like speedy pull himself or whatever.
He wasn't rolling around and fist fighting.
Yeah. The Jarek fight.
Oh yes.
Was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like that was like, I don't know the thing's name, like lifts the other one up over his head, just like it shows in A New Hope. That was just.
Oh, with like the big up and slam or whatever. Yeah.
Just like it happened on A New Hope, like on the board. It happened in real life.
In real life.
But I love that game is based on like a real thing in the Star Wars universe.
A type of fight or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I love that concept. I think it works really well, and it's like for the fans who have been fans for so long, just knowing that as a game and then realizing this is where it comes from is really cool. Just like I just love how Star Wars can just like keep digging into that kind of lore and that kind of stuff.
Well, now let me ask: do you think that stadium or arena is modeled after the game, or do you think the game is modeled after that type of arena?
I thought the game was modeled off of that specific kind of fight.
I wasn't sure. Now
kind
that
of
I'm
like
thinking about it,
Rock'em Sock'em Robots is like
based off boxing or something.
Yeah, that's how I picture it.
Okay. I didn't know. I just started thinking about it a little bit more.
Like Mando knew as soon as he said it's a Jarek fight, he knew exactly what that meant. So it's not like that was the only place in the whole universe where that kind of fight was happening.
And when
he knew.
And when the guy was explaining it to Mando, he said it as if like this was a known thing. He didn't have to explain what it was. I guess he explained like he was getting creatures and stuff, but that was probably more for...
But Mando didn't need that information. Like he knew what he was
talked as
about.
if, that was like a known thing in the universe.
Yeah. That was a really interesting sequence, and it was fun to watch that as well. The part I did not like watching, not that they did a bad job of it, but after Mando was poisoned, the Anzellans escape, and he's like, I can't go with you, I don't fit in the ship. And then all of a sudden he's like, fighting all the droids or whatever, like through the forest. And the music was really slow and solemn.
Oh, yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, interesting music for this scene. And then I was like, whoa.
You thought he was a goner.
I was like, they're not, right? And I was like, wait, all this, I was like, this movie is not setting up the death of Mando. Like, there's no way, right? And I was like second guessing myself because of the music. So they did a really good job with that because I was like, no, this cannot happen.
I wasn't sure. They had me going for a little bit because because they had laid the little, foreshadowing kind of thing earlier when who was it? Was it Rada who said like, there comes a time where you're gonna have to say goodbye, or who said that?
Maybe, I don't remember.
And there was some kind of like
We'll have to go
foreshadowing kind of thing, like redirect foreshadow.
Yeah.
Thinking like you were gonna have to say goodbye.
They know what they're doing. They're
Right.
good at foreshadowing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They forced it in again with the old man in the rocking chair talking to Grogu and being like, sometimes you have to say goodbye. And at that point, though, I was like, okay, he's got...
once he got the herbs and stuff.
Yeah, he's got this mash of stuff he's going to shove in his mouth. And yeah, at that point, I was like, I was he's going to be fine now.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure because I figured Grogu was going to use his little healing ability.
Right, I was waiting.
But I wasn't sure if it was going to work on the poison venom or whatever.
I thought it just was going to slowly work, honestly. I didn't think he was going to need the mashed up stuff. But I just thought we were waiting for him to slowly wake up. But it was nice to add this other, character in. How cool was it that Grogu knew how to make a little mud hut? Like Yoda had a little mud hut.
Similar, like, architectural design, too.
Right. And that's why Mando didn't fit in it, because it wasn't a long mud hut. Yeah, see, and that's the kind of stuff where, like, I love it because it's Star Wars, because there's this, it's, like, terrible. This guy is poisoned. He's laying there. We don't know if he's going to make it. I mean, like, at that point, I was like, I'm sure he's going to be fine. But, then Grogu's just, like, slamming his head into the wall. There were so many times where I was laughing. And that's what I love about it.
Right.
I really do.
Yeah, the little bits of comic relief in there during those dramatic or suspenseful scenes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite, like, Grogu moments?
He had a lot of moments.
He did.
What did I like?
I liked him, like, popping up and, like, chomping on that scorpion thing that was crawling on Mando.
Oh, yeah. That was a pretty good one.
I was a little freaked out. All the bugs were just, like, coming out. Like, they were like, oh, he's dead. I'm going to crawl on him now. That was a little freaky.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to make of that. I thought it was kind of quick, so I wasn't sure. Because, like, as soon as he, like, laid down, like, all of a sudden
are they going to, like, suck the poison out for him? But that's not what happened. But yeah, because we didn't watch Grogu get on the ship. So I was like, he's sticking around, right?
Yeah, I kind of figured that one out pretty quick, to be honest. Not gonna lie.
You're so good. So good at this.
Yeah. Because they did kind of something similar in, was it season 2? When Grogu was with Luke and picking between the lightsaber or the Beskar.
Yeah.
And
we didn't see his choice.
You didn't see which one he chose, but then you kind of figured it out. And the same thing when the camera cut away and it didn't show him what he did.
Right.
It's like, oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so one thing. Okay, here's my one critique. Grogu did not say a word. I was waiting. I thought by the end of the movie, he was going to say at least a word, like dad. Or like way. Like a part of this is the way, or something like that. I really, really, really thought that was going to happen. And yeah, I was kind of surprised that he didn't start actually talking. He said, nah. When he said he didn't want to run. But yeah, that was the only thing. Not that that didn't like ruin the movie for me. I still thought it was really fun and enjoyable.
What I wasn't sure was when they were at the end, when they were in the Razor Crest about to enter hyperspace, and Mando was talking to Grogu and telling him it was his turn, or he was allowed to do it. I was expecting Grogu to pull the lever for the hyperdrive.
Right.
But I'm not familiar with the mechanics of the Razor Crest.
But yeah, it was just a button,
Right.
like a little square button.
Yeah. I was expecting like in the Falcon, right, where it's like the lever you pull
Because
back.
we've done this.
Right.
We've flown the Falcon before.
We have several times.
Right. We know how that one works. But yeah, the Razor Crest might be different, or maybe he modified it so Grogu could just push the little button because his
True.
little arms
Maybe he couldn't reach
the lever.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
But he could use the Force to reach the lever. I don't know. Maybe that's overthinking it a bit.
What I didn't get was you're saying a lot of people were complaining that it felt like just like season 4 of The Mandalorian.
Right. And that's why.
Not like a feature film.
And you even had, somebody at work say like, I don't know if I'm going to see it because it's just going to be season 4. But I don't understand that complaint, because even if that's what this is, why does that matter? Like, if you like Mandalorian and Grogu, why does that matter that this feels like season 4? I don't understand that.
Right. And I felt like, obviously it's the same characters. You can't get away from that. But there was still like high stakes in this movie.
Yeah. Denard almost died.
Right. I kind of figure people think like, oh, it's just the next season because maybe the stakes aren't very high or something like that. But, Mando's working for the New Republic. They're trying to get intelligence on this return of the Empire. He almost dies.
Mm-hmm. The Hutts are involved.
The Hutts are involved. When the Hutts are
I guess
involved,
they were involved before already. We've already seen the twins and we've met them and stuff. But
but whenever the Hutts are involved, it's like a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, they are big.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so I don't understand that complaint. I think it's really fun, and I watched it like a movie, and I wasn't like underwhelmed. Like the effects were great. It was huge. I mean, Dave and John were talking about how like they purposely didn't just use the volume like they used to. They had a budget to make sets and props and
it looked great.
All kinds of stuff. And looking at some of the behind the scenes stuff, they have all those props, and they've kept a lot of them around.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're making it up. We've seen it in pictures and videos and stuff like that. So I think they did a great job.
Yeah, I agree. I don't buy that complaint right now. So
yeah,
I went in with, the normal Star Wars expectation, which is somewhat high, and I came out satisfied. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
You want to rank it?
Oh, I haven't even thought about that.
I haven't either. That might be scary. I don't know if we should do that yet. We've only seen it once.
Right.
It's unfair, I feel like, because I've watched like the original trilogy. I have watched, I don't know, 100, 200 times. Like I don't even know. Like I watch it so many times, I can have it on in the background while I do work, and it doesn't like pull me out of the focus of my work. Like that's how many times that I've watched it. So it's hard to compare something I feel like you've only seen one time.
True.
But they did have like so many elements of Star Wars in it. Sound effects. There were sound effects in this.
Like lots of little Easter eggs and all
other
that.
movies and stuff. And I loved that. And there were, things, in the background that, they're like, oh, there's a little R5 unit over here. Like
all the Arabesh floating around, and you're trying to keep up.
I want to watch it and just like decode
translate
all
everything.
Arabesh. Yeah, we're not nerds or anything. It's fine.
Yeah, not quite fluent yet. Getting pretty close though.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
So, all right. It was good.
That was good.
I want to see it again.
Recommended.
Yeah. All right. Cheers.
This is the way.
This is the way. I have spoken.